will never see what's bringing forth the fruit.
Right.
Circumcision is not circumcision of the flesh, it's circumcision of the heart.
Right.
So, if the serpent gets us focusing on the fruit that's manifesting in our life and trying to circumcise that, we'll never see the thing in our heart that's bringing it forth, and we'll never have that circumcised. Right? And so then we'll just be stuck laboring and toiling all the days of our life. We'll never see what the root was, and we'll never see how Jesus took an axe to the root.
Right.
We'll never find ourselves set free. We'll all the time just be fruit inspecting ourselves and everyone else. Listen, when you finally let that go,
Fruit inspecting.
listen, when it talks about the guy in the parable of the sower sowing the seed, what does it say about that guy? Does it say he woke up day and night looking all of the time for the fruit? Or did it say he woke up day and night and then one day woke up to a big crop and didn't know how he got it?
Yeah. Right.
What does that mean? He wasn't focused on the fruit that would come. He was focused on the fact that the seed had been planted. Well, what's the seed? The seed is the word God spoke in Christ. So the serpent will do anything to get us focused on trying to have the crop, right? Instead of focused on the seed, right? That's why Jesus said one thing is needful.
Right.
And Mary's doing the one thing, right? She's sitting at the feet of Jesus, right? So guys, when you read the Old Testament, when it's talking about Israel committing adultery, it's not talking about in the physical sense. It's talking about in the sense that they turned away from trusting in God's arm and they made the arm of man their strength.
Right.
Go read Isaiah 17:1. It says, cursed is the man that makes the strength of man their arm. Cursed is the man that makes the strength of man their arm. Blessed is the man that makes the arm of God their strength.
Yes.
Right? He's talking about them committing adultery on God. That's what he's talking about. See, when you see adultery that way, then you start thinking, well, what is it that, how could I commit adultery on God? Then you begin to see, oh, there's a belief that I could be justified by my own works.
Right.
I could be justified by what I do. Now you start to see that's the thing that's killing me. That's the thing that was killing everybody from the dawn of time. That's what it means. You start getting massive revelation. You start finding your heart circumcised from the lie.
Yes.
You start seeing the difference between the voice of the stranger and the voice of God.
Yes.
And you start realizing the voice of the stranger is the one that condemns. The voice of the stranger is the one that points at the fruit in your life. The voice of the stranger is the one that points at your body of death and says, look at you, you're naked. God said, who told you you were naked? He
Right.
didn't come and say, I told you you were naked.
Right.
But we've described it as if God's the one telling us we're naked.
That's right.
The Bible even speaks ill of someone uncovering another person's nakedness. When Noah's son uncovered his nakedness, what does it say about him? It says he was a vile and wicked person for doing that.
Yeah.
God comes and says, who told you you were naked?
Right.
We all think that in the day we're found in our sin, God's the one. You're naked.
Right.
But God, when he finds us in our sin, says, who's telling you you're naked? Right?
It's just like what just